They're here.
Okay. Well, and DBR here. Welcome to Hamityville Horror. Thank you for visiting. I'm Clint.
I'm Don.
And today we are
Not just
actually
one.
joined two special guests. We were joined here today with Miss Chanda Rawlings and with one Mr. Michael McGlynn. How you guys doing today?
Doing great.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Doing absolutely awesome.
Phenomenal.
Yeah. So the reason we wanted to get together today is because recently a movie that the two of you were in, Bloody Summer Camp, is not just available on DVD anymore. It has finally graduated to a streaming platform that people can see it on. It's on Tubi right now. Most people can see it for free as we speak, sitting here. So, I mean, I think that's fantastic. I didn't know that was part of the plan. I thought the DVD sales were going to go on for a little bit longer before something like that happened. But I mean, that's great. I was super excited about it. I'm glad that we can promote that now. I think I put it up on the. I did. I put it up on the page.
We've both done it.
Yeah.
We've pushed the shit out of that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that.
Oh,
We really appreciate it so much, guys.
man, it's our
Yeah.
pleasure. It's our
Yeah.
pleasure. I mean, again, when the big thing is that, especially with this whole indie horror circuit that we're involved in now, with you guys, we've seen some movies that, are, I mean, not to be disrespectful, but subpar. I mean, but you can't expect to get quality all the time with indie horror movies. And I think especially with indie horror movies, it's just they're so spread out with talent and effects artists and stuff like that. But every once in a while you can find a diamond in the rough, and that's exactly what this is. Everything about it. I mean, the cinematography, the effects, the acting. I mean, it's meant to be cheesy. It's not meant to be. It doesn't take itself seriously. That's the one thing that these other indie films do, is they try too hard, and it's like, man, guys, like, reel it back in. You're doing an indie horror movie. You're not going to win an Oscar from this, but you guys kind of embrace that. Like, we're just going to go all out. Like, we're going to do our best, go all out. And, obviously with your portrayal as Roger and, you as Kim, I mean, you guys worked with what you had and you guys did great. So, I mean, you have the quality here, and it's shot beautifully. And again, the quality of the film, like a lot of these, they look like they're shot with like a cell phone. Like, you can tell. This, you could just tell. It's like, man, like, these guys they're pushing the envelope. And one thing that me and Clint both, and I don't even, and a lot of people don't talk about it enough, but sound to me is more important than any picture quality.
100%. In indie films, it's you have to expect, that you're going to sacrifice a few things, like I don't know. You're doing things on the cheap. People are sacrificing their time. They're, volunteering, doing things for free, and you don't always have the best equipment to use and things like that. So we expect a little bit of like video quality issues, things like that. But when it comes to sound, if you don't have that, it's like it's really tough to watch something. Like I could watch something that has poor video quality, but if I can't hear the shit, it's like I that's tough. I can't make it half the time. So
No,
I really
it sucks.
I think Dave must have learned a lot about doing that, because that's one of the things I noted. It's like, oh wow, it sounds good.
Sounds great.
I can hear what people are saying. This is amazing.
There's no dialogue.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. People are talking. Holy shit.
Yeah.
No, and it's funny that you mentioned it too, because like I watched Halloween 2018 earlier, and I was fucking with my sound settings because I couldn't hear the dialogue. I'm like, wait a minute, this is a 4K Blu-ray. How does this movie not sound as good as Bloody fucking Summer Camp? And I'm watching on Tubi, first of all. I didn't even watch my Blu-ray. I'm watching on Tubi. And I'm like, I guess that's just a testament to, how everything is. And you being a producer on it, Mike, and, you can kind of attest to it, like, and we're going to do something special with this episode. We're actually going to go through the movie. We're not going to do any spoilers. We're going to try our best to not do any spoilers because we want people to watch the movie.
Yeah, definitely.
But we want to go through the movie a little bit and, just kind of talk about some scenes that are in it and how amazing it was. So first and foremost, you being a producer on it, how was the experience working with Dave, working with Matt, working with everybody? Obviously you enjoyed it, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. I mean, Bloody Summer Camp, and I mean no disrespect to any of their film projects I've ever been on. I love them all. I really enjoyed all of them all. Bloody Summer Camp was my film. And I went into this thinking I was going to be a one and done. Hey, it's on my bucket list. Wouldn't mind doing it. I just retired from doing mixed martial arts fighting, so I was just trying to find something new for a new avenue. And I never knew what I was going to get. Like even the cast, I got along really great with the cast. I had this whole mentality. I was like, yeah, they're all nice, they're all really cool. But as soon as this is done filming, I'm not going to see a single one of them again, like probably ever. And on that account, I couldn't have been more wrong if I tried.
Especially with this one right here.
You're stuck with us.
Oh yeah. I mean, we've been in like 7 or 8 films all together. My God, it's been a bunch.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is not the only time you guys have worked together.
No.
Oh no, we've been a bunch, and Matt, like you said, I met Matt Burns on that set, and Matt and I really got along real well and hit it off. And then on that set, Matt's like, hey, I'm actually going to do my own movie here called Killed on Arrival. I got this great idea for this part. I think you'd be great for. You want to come do that one next? I was like, oh yeah, sure, why not? 2, sure. I mean, what instead of 1, I'll just do 2.
Hey, you get an itch, man. It's almost like tattoos. Like you get a tattoo and you want another one, then you want another one, then you want another one, and it's kind of how it goes. So yeah, I guess that's kind of the way it goes with acting too. Hopefully, Chanda does the same damn thing, because she plays Kimberly in Bloody Summer Camp, and she is a total bitch in this movie.
But we love that.
But we love it.
Wonderful.
And I mean, she's just it's one of those characters that you root for because she's so tough, but you're like, man, I hope she dies first.
Yeah. But I would say, to a large degree, your character was one of the more intelligent characters.
Yes, without a doubt.
Like your character had no issue saying, no, I'm not doing that. We're not going out there. That's stupid. I don't know who that is. They're on their own. Let's stay here. It's safe.
Yep.
It's like, I really enjoyed that about your character, and I think that you really put that forward as like a strong, assertive person, which I think is what you were supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Still a bitch, but still.
Maybe a little bit of a manipulator too. I mean, it's like
Master manipulator.
like,
Oh,
you don't have any weed? Well, you better get some.
I don't take IOUs either. Like I need it now, or we're not doing anything. Like you can't well, I promise you, I'm going to get it. Like no, but
my character just knew what she wanted.
That's right.
Right.
So something about Chanda real fast too.
Yeah.
So, about her character, man. Like just so how what she resonated even on set. Funny story that happened when we were on set one day of filming. We were all outside. It was like our third or fourth attempt trying to film that opening orientation day where her and Kay had come up and meet all the counselors for the first time. That thing was cursed. It took a lot. Like we had to film that thing over like 8 months to get it because of all weather, just things came up that we just stopped it. So we took a little break, and this baby bear, like from like, probably could have been, I hear you laughing. You know what I'm gonna say? there was a baby bear, probably about 40, 50 feet away, like at this little pavilion, and all the cats just go, "Oh God, look at that baby bear!" And they, almost all of them just started running to go look at the baby bear, except for Chanda.
Like as you were shooting, or
No, we were on a break in between shooting, but they all started running over there. And then Chanda and Spartacus both just stood there looking at everyone like, y'all the biggest bunch of freaking idiots ever. You're going to go to that baby bear. You do realize whether there's a baby bear, there's going to be a mama
bear.
Yeah.
Like, y'all go ahead and do that crazy, stupid stuff. We're going to stay right
Jesus.
That is so funny.
That's amazing. See, that's the kind of shit that I want to hear like that. Like that's funny. And I guess being out in the woods, I mean, it's I don't know how many people have those stories, but I'm sure, they exist. I don't think anybody's going to tell them is the problem. So, so, I mean, we can get right into it. And speaking of, how it starts, I mean, you get two campers that, their truck breaks down and they, I love how it's just a perfect, no trespassing, just a clearing. That couldn't have been set up any better. They go out, pitch the tent and, have a campfire and are talking and everything. Clint, you're laughing because I know you want to say something. So go.
No,
go.
Not at
Go.
all.
Go.
It's your typical slasher opener, which is I think what he was going for there. Just a couple of people. Oh, we got truck problems. I think it's the alternator. You know what? Let's just camp here tonight. Start a fire, pitch a tent. Although I was a little confused. I didn't quite understand why someone would attempt to steal the truck that's not working, but he goes off to investigate that, comes back, scares the shit out of her. You know what I mean? And next thing you know, they're like, oh, everything's cool. Let's just hit the sack.
Let's just go to sleep. First of all, fuck that. I'm not going to sleep. I'm done at that point. Game over. There's already somebody walking around here. Not happening. Sorry, not going to sleep.
Oh, Clint, I can actually help you out with that one if real fast if you like.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, well, if you remember, they if you watch the extended cut, actually, that might be where it got a little confusing. If you watch the extended cut, they actually, she says, well, what does it mean when your odometer's on E, which means like he actually ran out of gas. And if you remember, what Devilface come with to kill them with, so he just used the rest of it to fill up the car and took off.
Oh fuck! Okay, damn it! I didn't watch the fucking Blu-ray then.
What freaking version did I get? Because I just watched it today.
See, now this is rigged. This is rigged, dude. This is how they get DVD sales, because they watch Tubi and they say, oh, well, that part's not in there. But on the extended cut on the Blu-ray, you can see why. That's why they're doing this. That's exactly why they're doing it. Get them DVD sales up. Fuck it. Go buy it now. Don't even watch the Tubi version. Just go buy this. Yeah, well, that helps a lot. That helps a lot.
It does. I didn't realize the guy was just an idiot and he'd let himself run out of gas. That's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. That's awesome. That's great. And he has of course he has a machete.
He's like, okay.
Yeah. I'm not gonna admit this. It's like Friday the 13th part 5, like when the Italians are broke down in the woods and trying to fix the fucking car. That's what I was expecting. Break out in the song and be like, you better fucking fix it. It ain't fixed yet. Kick your ass. I'm like, yeah, do that. That would have been great. But yeah, so I mean, they go to sleep, try to go to sleep, and of course, you got the killer that walks up with a gas can, sets the tent on fire, and we get our first look at the special effects in this movie, which were fucking awesome. Just like one patch of skin over.
The body in
that's not singed and burned.
Crazy.
Like, damn. So,
was that a makeup on a person or was that a dummy?
Oh no,
that's a person.
Okay.
Wow.
Because it it kind of looked like a dummy. So,
That's Amber. That's Amber, right?
yeah.
That did that SFX.
Oh, Amber did work. It was actually her daughter who had to fill in to do the makeup work for that.
oh, it looked
Wow.
really good.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So
She was a trooper. She didn't want to do it, so a bag full of chocolates. I'm like, here you go. Here's a payment. I'm so sorry you have to do this.
damn. See, that's cool. Most people want money for that. You can buy people off with chocolate on that.
Yeah.
That's
would-
good.
Chocolate.
So we get past the first obviously casualties of the movie, bust into, you know, the two, I don't want to say, you know, protagonists because there's many of them, but we get the wonderful Kimberly and Tiffany, you know, rolling up to a store. And did Kay tell us something about that car, Clint?
Oh my God, the car.
I don't remember. What about the car?
We like, I swear, I almost died 5 times in that car. Because for the sound, it was in the middle of the summer, first of all, hottest day of, I think it was 2020. We could not have the windows down for the sound. So every time we'd start driving to run our scenes, we'd have to roll the windows up. And it was so hot.
Mhm. Right. And you can't run any air because that will mess with the sound
It
also.
muffles the sound.
So completely
Problem.
dead air inside the car. I got you.
And dead heat. And dead heat. Ugh,
Yeah.
goddamn.
Yep. Now, whose car was that? Because I know it had to be like period accurate. You know, we've got this like 80 something Buick in there.
It's an 86 inspection sticker on it.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Wow. Good eyes. I didn't even notice that.
That's why I watched the shit right before we did this.
The store owner, where we filmed the opening scene with me and Kay, the store owner actually let Dave use his vehicle. So that was the store owner's vehicle as well.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow.
That's
pretty amazing.
It was a cool scene.
It's like
you know.
a time capsule.
Yeah,
He's
no
got
shit.
this old ass general store, and he's got like a 80 something Buick sitting there.
That's what I meant too. Like I hopped in, I was like, dang, this thing hasn't been touched since 86.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Oh, he probably had a story. He's like, oh, I bought it brand new when I was 15 years old, you know, something like that.
Jesus. That's it's just crazy because like when it shows you guys driving, you know, it just shows the windshield. Like you don't see the sticker or anything. It's like they're in like a Tesla, and then they roll up to the store. It's like, what the fuck is that thing? Look at that monstrosity land yacht tank. So I was like, man, that's good stuff right there. But yeah, so you obviously you want a drink, you send Kay in to get a drink, Tiffany to get a drink, you know, and then you scare her later on. And then you just kind of keep moving on. Like I said, we'll go through the scenes. We're not going to break it down, you know, point to point to point, because you need to watch the fucking movie.
I did find it was interesting that she left the $2 bill for payment. I guess that's a sign of the times too,
Yeah.
you know, because who the hell does that?
Yeah, no shit.
When's the last time you even saw a $2 bill? I mean,
I love
been a while
what
for
about my
me."
change? Fuck the change. What are you going to get? Like a 15 cents back? So, yeah. So, you know, move on to the camp. We meet our characters, I guess you would say. So we got, I guess, the owner, or at least the head counselor, Bob, Mr. Leahy, as he's called. Which I always think of Trailer Park Boys when, you know, Mr. Leahy. I'm like, so I don't know if that was a poke at that or whatever, or a, you know, testament to it. So love that. Then we get Wayne's character. What the fuck is Wayne's character's name?
Michael, isn't it?
Mike, yeah, Michael. With the worst hair that anyone in this whole movie has, next to Roger, which we'll get to Roger.
I don't know. Rogers, I think, looked better.
Right? Oh, his looked totally better. But I mean, it was like 1A, 1B. So, so then you get Todd, who he's like your, I guess, like your Italian looking guy, you know, slick back hair, everything. You get Zach, who's the resident musclehead dickhead who doesn't want to do anything. Then you get, you know, Roger, who is just absolutely insane. Jesus Christ, man. Fucking just listening to you talk. It's painful. It really is. Like it's
Yeah.
painful.
What was there some inspiration for that? I was just curious. It's so off the wall. I mean, what made you decide to approach it that way?
Honestly, like I just kept on. Like when I first actually did it, I didn't know how to do it. I was really excited when we did our first script reading, and like even before that, like Dave actually asked to meet and stuff in person. Funny enough, film, I think Return of the Slasher, or something. They were like party hangout kind of. And he told me to hang out and meet the cast. And then he got to get to know me a lot. He goes, "All right, I think I got this." An original if Fliss was supposed to be my character, but Dave decided he wanted to swap it because he thought I might be funnier. His wife wasn't sure about it then until script reading, and I just got all excited. I was like, I read the first thing. It goes, "Oh, these brand new faces! That's so exciting!" And I just started dying at the reading, and I turned so bright red. Like I thought I fucked up so bad, or I'm sorry, I thought I screwed up real bad. I was like, "Oh my god!"
Has he not heard me talk?
Oh, fair enough. But I looked at Dave and I was like, "Dave, I'm sorry, was that bad?" And he's like, no, keep going, just keep going.
Yeah, just keep that coming, you know.
Yeah.
But after he put the wig on and everything else, like I just started feeling like a Shaggy vibe, and like and that like Stewart from Mad TV.
Mad TV.
Oh, okay. I got you. I get it now.
Yeah, yeah, it makes total sense now. I don't know if we asked during our big interview, but yeah, that makes absolutely total sense now. Stewart and yeah, look what I can do. I love it. But I mean, yeah, again, guys, check the movie out. If for nothing else, just to see Mike with this raggedy ass wig on that I'm sure got shot at the end of this movie, you know, after it was all said and done, threw on the ground, shot with a couple, you know, pistols, shotguns, just obliterate. I know he still owns it. I know it's in a house somewhere.
He's got that. It's,
oh yeah,
it's sitting there somewhere.
It's in a shadow box, I'm sure.
Everybody has worn that wig.
Yeah, see.
I think it was Wayne who said he destroyed his. He's like, that thing will never see the light of day again. You know?
That fucking thing.
He's like, fuck that thing.
God damn, that thing was rough. That thing was rough, man. Like, god damn. And he said it was, and I know it was hot. It had to have been hot.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, and then we get our, I guess we could say a guest counselor. We get Felissa Rose is in this bad boy. She is amazing. She is a bitch. But she's one of those, again, like Chanda's character. You just kind of like her. And it's Felissa Rose. How could you not like her character anyway?
Yeah.
You know, and they introduce you know, they're gonna have another counselor come in. Of course, is you know, he's in a wheelchair. His name's Donnie. And yeah, so that's your cast and crew for the camp. And of course you got Tiffany and Kimberly rolling up. And what's the other and one of the girls' name's Felissa, isn't it?
Felicia?
Yeah,
Felicia.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's, and then you got Hampton and what's the other girl's name? Stacy. Yeah. So that's our ensemble with the camp counselors and whatnot. So then we move on. Clint, you can take on this one, or if you need to add anything, go for it. Or if anybody wants to add anything.
Well, I appreciate the setup for this, where it's like just trying to organize camp, getting ready for kids that are showing up. So I know that was probably done by design. It's, you know, it would have been difficult to get kids, you know, and you got to be careful when you're working with them because there's so many rules, you know, to them being on set, how long they can work, and you know, just I like the fact that it's like, okay, it is a summer camp for kids, but you're not going to see any kids because we're just organizing the camp for now. And I thought that was a really cool way to do that, and it was neat that they kept it that way.
Yeah, because you get away with a lot of that. Again, it's an 80s slasher, but you know, you're in 2020, so you know, like you said, restrictions. You could do that back in the 80s. You could get as many kids as you want on set and not have to worry about a damn thing. And
yeah,
You know, you were good. Now, Jesus, don't even one kid and they're like, hey, he can't work past 5 o'clock, and you got to feed him sandwiches with no crust.
Yeah. He can be on set for 2 hours, but he's got to have a 15-minute break.
Yeah. Like, Jesus, dude, this kid's 8 years old. Fuck, he needs a break. So there's your ensemble of the cast and everybody on camp. And basically, you know, to kind of fast forward a little bit, because again, I want everybody to watch the movie. Then you get Larry, the camp cook.
Oh God.
Woo, Mr. Christian Jensen. Goddamn.
Probably one of the most memorable characters.
One of.
You know, yeah. I mean, not to take anything away from anybody, but he was just so over the top. I mean, good God. I mean, and I meant it when we did our original interview on this. He's probably the worst fucking camp cook that I've ever seen in my life.
Dude, he's fucking snorting coke as soon as the camera hits him.
Yeah, snorting coke, serving people cat food. I don't know what that was. That looked
either.
awful. You know, and then like
Was
inappropriately like coming on to camp counselors, you know, like he's mistaken about their age. Oh, she's 20, she looks like she's 17, you know. And that's like, that's exactly what I'm after, you know.
Yeah, right.
Like, yeah.
Fucking
like,
sleaze. It was he was he is a character in that, man.
And he hates kids.
Yeah, he hates
oh my
kids.
God. Like and he hates them so much. I don't know what exactly he was making in that pot that was on the floor in the one scene, but yeah, he seriously needed to learn something about sanitation in the kitchen, because that
well, he didn't have a net on the beard. His beard was just you know, that was one thing. So that's like first strike. Now you guys are laughing down there with the pot. So is that an extended cut, or do you guys know what was in the pot?
oh, I know.
Extended cut, the special sauce.
Yeah,
that seemed to be what he was working on.
Oh yeah, at one point, yes. Yeah,
I was actually thinking a fun little quip of that scene, because you know, we won't go into any detail or whatever, but there were special effects that need to be done for that scene, and Amber had to be on the opposite side of him, because we saw him from the behind side, so Amber had to be in front of him, and the whole entire time Christian was just staring right at Amber. Amber kept on yelling at him, "Stop making eye contact with me!" And he's like, "Oh no, baby! Oh no!"
if there's anybody that can make somebody feel awkward, it's him. It's him.
Yeah.
There's no doubt. And he's wild, man. Yeah, and I'm with Clint. He's one of the most memorable characters, if not the most memorable. And he does a good job.
Mm-hmm. Oh, totally.
So yeah, so I'll let you take over, Clint. You can we'll ping pong back and forth.
Oh, sure. So I mean, yeah, they did bounce around a little bit, you know. I liked that they brought in you know, a counselor that nobody was excited to have, you know, our poor fellow Donnie in the wheelchair.
Mm-hmm.
And no one seemed to have any sympathy for this guy whatsoever. I mean,
oh, they fucking know. That was
like nobody wanted to push him around, nobody wanted to have him there. They were like insulting him right to his face. I mean, which I thought was interesting. Probably a sign of the times. I think Dave probably wrote that in on purpose. You know what I mean? It's like so many things about the script seem to be on purpose. Just over the top things that were specifically 80s, things that were intentionally campy, you know, bringing in a lot of the tropes that we all know and love about slasher films from the 80s, you know, and blatant racism, you know, in it at one point. You know, I mean, I know we're not there yet, but I mean, you know, Cornelius cornbread. I mean, the chef's assistant in the kitchen. That's a crazy thing. It's like so Christian basically called him cornbread all the time. I'm like, wow. Like, this is probably one of the most 80 things I've
I had to
ever
stop and think
seen.
about it. I was like, did he just say that?
He
Yeah.
did.
Did he just say that?
Yeah. And so I have to say that I appreciated all of that, and it was also cringeworthy at the same time. I'm like, Jesus Christ,
Eye opener. I mean, I agree, but when you look at all those old classics, I mean, look at Sleepaway Camp, for example.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
exact same thing. Like you had the creepy guy, stuff, and then who was the right hand cook? That elderly a black assistant cook and stuff, who becoming the new cook. And what pretty much essentially happened in Bloody Summer Camp too. Christian's character goes missing. We don't know what happened per se. Well, we're gonna leave it at that.
Yep.
But then at one point, cornbread has to take over. Hey.
I just can't get over that shit. I just can't. Like, damn.
Funny thing is, Sparkus, man, that boy wears like a badge of honor.
Oh, I'm sure.
And that's where Felicia's character really came in and shown, where it's like she showed her colors as an organizer, somebody who really was just about getting the job done and making sure somebody was in place to do it, and she just really couldn't stand Larry.
Yeah.
Like, at all. Like, she wanted him gone. She couldn't believe that he was there, for one, but she wasn't calling the shots, but she was in charge of everybody.
Yep.
So it's like she made it known that she didn't like him. Then when he disappears, she goes after everybody else. Where the hell is he?
Where the hell is he? Yeah, right.
All right, he's done. He's fired. You're the cook now. So it's like I really enjoyed the fact that we had some real turmoil. It didn't get boring is what I'm trying to say. Like, I enjoyed some of those elements about it. And that's typically, what could happen in some of those campy slasher films. They could just kind of drag on a little bit, and they could get a little bit dull and boring with the dialogue. But I really didn't feel that in this. I thought it was really cool.
Again, that's a testament to directing, writing, producing. I mean, I've seen plenty of camp slashers. You've seen plenty of camp slashers. I mean, at some point they just kind of, they can start off strong and they just kind of falter off. And this just didn't have it. Like, it was always interesting. Like, I was always wondering where everybody was, what everybody was doing. Like, they left Donnie at the wrong cabin. You got to complain on him because he was spying on, Felicia. I was like, damn, like, they set that guy up for failure. The campfire scene, they just, hey, you got to watch him, Zach. Anything happens to him, if he breaks both his arms, you got to wipe his ass. So that basically turned him into his caretaker. And it's like, he's like, I'm going to work out and just leave him there. And, but it never, you're like, well, where's that going? He says he's going to work out. Like, that's the cool thing with it being a slasher, like a whodunit. Like, again, like, you don't know who it is. Again, when I first saw him, like, man, Larry's the fucking killer, because that dude is off the fucking wall. Like, that dude is ridiculously crazy. And that's what was cool about this, is like, everybody kind of had the motive, like, Kimberly wanted to party. She didn't want to sit around and do anything, that everybody else wanted to do. She wanted to be the bad girl. And, Tiffany was the lovable one. But, we've seen in other movies that the lovable ones sometimes turn into fucking homicidal killers. And that's what was so cool about this script, was you just didn't know. It could have been Felissa.
Yeah.
That's what was so cool about it.
It was a really cool whodunit in the fact that they really tried to disguise who exactly was doing all the killing until the very end. So, I mean, that's neat to me. I like when that happens. And it was cool that we waited for the exposition on the story behind what the killer was and how he came to be until the campfire scene. I mean, we're what, good 15 minutes or so into the movie before the campfire scene, and then we suddenly get a story that kind of explains, it's like, oh, well, that's the inspiration for, the killer, because it's like it's supposedly somebody who was disfigured in some way, so it would make sense they're walking around wearing a mask. But the only thing I really have to say about the campfire scene is that y'all are terrible at roasting marshmallows.
No shit.
What the hell, man?
Fuck.
It's like I didn't see like none of them looked like they were cooked. You're just playing with them. It's like dangling them around. It's just a prop for you. It's like
Right.
I was
Like, is
hoping to
anybody
see at
even
least
in the
burnt
fire?
one, for somebody to like eat a marshmallow.
I'll give you that one, Quint. You got us there. I will give you that one. You have me there.
Damn it. It's one thing. It's the fucking marshmallows. Come on, Mike. Damn it.
Yeah. I bought the whole thing until I saw the marshmallows. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah.
on TV right now, and I'm dropping my score on Blaze Summer Camp because of that.
Oh fuck. Gotta edit the review now.
Marshmallows.
No, it was like I said, besides marshmallows, it was fantastic. I mean, again, all the characters in it are they're every one of them's relatable. That's the big thing. Every one of them you've met a Zach, you've met a Mike, you've met a Todd, you've met a Kim, you've met a Tiffany. Like, you know these people. That's one thing that a lot of these movies really don't touch on. It's like there's always somebody, a lot of them over the top there. Like, what? Nobody relates to these people. Nobody's like that. I don't know anyone like that. And everybody in this movie, you knew some. I don't know any fucking Rogers, but
I was say, God, anyone who finds a ride.
right. But
If you find a Roger, don't let him go.
Yeah, he was gonna live in my basement. He's gonna live in my basement. But yeah, it's like you could just relate to these characters. That's what was so great about it. And that's actually the biggest charm of this movie is the characters. The story's great without a doubt, but you care about the characters, and that's obviously what Dave was trying to do. And we say Dave Kerr, he's a director. If you guys watch the fucking movie, you'll understand that, you'll know that. So go watch it. But yeah, I mean, Dave really, this movie is just taken to another level. And me and Clint have said it numerous times. I mean, you just don't find these type of indie movies that click like this. I think there's only maybe 2 or 3 other ones that really hit home. And this one's just, I mean, it's damn near perfect except for marshmallows. Other than that, I mean, yeah, you guys hit it. And the exposition, again, that's one thing, is that it's not thrown in your face right from the beginning. It takes its time. It simmers. Even like when Dave Sheridan's character, the sheriff, comes in, he starts insulting everybody, and the woman rolls up and like, is another camper dead, like, that's when we're already 30 minutes in the movie and that happens, and it's like, all right, now you're starting to find more about what really happened, like what Tiffany was talking about. Hey, this is a real deal legend, like this really happened. And they're like, we don't talk about that, that's why we don't bring it up, because this crazy bitch comes up here. And she was like right out of fucking Friday the 13th part 5. You need to shut this loony bin down.
Yeah.
And it's like, I was like thinking of Ethel the whole time. I was like, that's that bitch from Friday the 13th part 5. Like, that's inspiration from that. It's got to be, because she just rolls up, gets out. And
it sure seems like it.
It does.
Then we get that weird story about how her kid died from eating a peanut butter sandwich.
Peanut allergy. Who the fuck's heard of that?
He's like, have you ever heard of such a thing? And I know that was a dig that, like, in the 80s, you never heard about that. It's like, who would ever died from eating peanut butter? So anyhow,
like, who's heard of that?
That crazy lady, she was named after my mother.
Is that right?
Really?
Mickey McGlynn. That is my mother's name.
I did notice.
Yeah,
I did notice that he called her Mrs. McGlynn. I did notice that.
Yeah,
that's
awesome. It was kind of a fun little thing Dave decided to throw in there. It was his way of saying thank you for all the hard work I was doing on Blaze Summer Camp. And he's like, no one bought the perk for the name. I had an extra one.
Yeah.
And I thought, hey, what's your mom's name? We're gonna make her mom.
Yeah, I noticed a bunch of borrowed names in this movie. I
Uh-huh.
mean, I think even your character's name, Wiseman, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, Roger Wiseman. That is actually my wife's father's name.
You know,
Those are a
and then Deputy Sedura. I mean,
Yep.
wasn't
Oh, yeah.
there a contributor to the film?
Yep.
Yeah, like Mark Sedura, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, really awesome, cool dude too.
yeah,
No doubt. No
It's
doubt.
like I think I remember looking at that before and just noticing that you guys kind of did that, like just include somebody's name, you know, as a character in the film, and that was really neat. And that's incidentally, I think that's a great way to come up with character names. You don't have to like get real creative about it. It's like, oh, that's a cool name. Let's use it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's not rocket science. Like we don't have to sit down for, 2 months, 3 months to think of people's names. Like,
Mhm.
let's just be that name, or look at your contributors and be like, next time we see somebody named Apple, we'll be like, oh, that's Jamie, obviously. So,
Yeah.
so Chanda, I want to make sure we actually like involve you in this. So, with your character, how much of it was you were actually playing a character, and how much of that?
Yeah. How much of it was you?
Yeah.
And how much of it was written?
I'd say about half and half. Like, I really channeled in my early 20s version of myself, which was definitely kind of a partier and
Oh,
a little bit
interesting.
out there.
Hmm.
I'm actually like really shy.
Not to mention, she
No.
said, did she just say like early 20s? What you're 23. So, I mean, how can it be like early 20s?
Yeah. So it was like 2 years ago.
Yeah,
What
2
are you
years
talking
ago.
about now?
Thank you. Okay, I'll take it. Like 2 years ago.
Yeah, see? Like, damn.
So yeah, I really channeled that like party girl in me. And I just kind of read the character and really dug deep into like what I thought, Kimberly should be, but I also tossed a little bit like the caring side and, kind of the witty side. That's me.
Mhm,
Gotcha.
Yeah. So where did the sassy bitch come from?
Damn.
That's awesome.
Get out. I don't believe you
I don't
now.
believe that for a bit. Yeah, I can't believe it now.
Just a little bit of that.
Sheesh. Oh, that was bad. Fuck, it's point blank. Where does the sassy bitch come from? God damn, Clint. Rein that back in just a smidge.
Yeah.
You know what the funniest thing is since it's been on Tubi, like I've had like family members and friends and stuff message me, and they're like, yeah, your character's kind of sassy and bitchy, but like I see a lot of you in there too. And I'm like, yeah, I guess there is a lot of me, Kimberly.
You did what you were supposed to do.
See, on the nose.
Right on the nose.
Yeah.
So yeah, and speaking of it being on Tubi, do you guys get any kind of I guess any analytics or anything? Has a lot of people watched it? Has Dave shared anything with you guys? Does he know anything?
No, we haven't heard anything yet. Generally, any information we would get, I would imagine, would probably come from the distributioner. But we have not gotten any word yet. But I see that it just came out on the Tubi,
True.
like probably on a quarterly, level, I would imagine.
Gotcha.
So my guess is maybe sometime early next year we'll probably get some numbers, hopefully.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I was just kind of
I'm
curious.
curious to see those two.
No, again, we're
Yeah.
I mean, we'll do everything we can to push it, and to get back on track with the movie. Dave Sheridan.
Jesus Christ.
Goddamn. I mean, that dude is a treasure.
It didn't hit as hard the second time watching it, but my first time through, all the 80s references that he
Every
did,
one
just
of them.
walking down the line, I was just losing it. I was like, oh my God, he dropped an Ivan Drago on that guy.
Yeah, he's like, did you knock him out? What? Who?
Yeah, you knock him out. We got a Karate Kid reference. He's like, all right, Danielson.
Did you
wax
wax
off with him a couple times? It's like,
Fucking great.
and we even got what the fuck? Heard a Facts of Life reference.
Facts of Life.
We
Yep.
got a freaking Natalie Trudy and Mrs. Garrett.
Mrs. Garrett. Yep.
And an 8 is enough. Who references 8?
Yeah.
Is
No
enough?
shit. No shit. No one.
Yeah.
Nobody. That's
Yeah.
not in another horror movie. I guarantee that. No way.
No.
If it is, I want somebody to correct me now when we put this episode out, somebody email me and tell me that somebody says that in another horror movie. I will send you a $50 Amazon gift card.
Don't get out of here.
If you can find that reference, I will do that because it ain't gonna fucking happen. So I am very comfortable throwing that challenge out there. Yeah, Dave Sheridan.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Dave Sheridan, the bumbling idiot sheriff, Sheriff Roman Willimore, which that was it's a great character for him, and I like the fact that they had a deputy that was just way smarter than him, that he never listened to. He's like,
Couldn't even say his name right.
Hey, I'll ask the questions here.
Yeah, couldn't even say his fucking deputy's name right. I always had to correct him.
Yeah, exactly.
Deputy.
Love that one. It's so great. Did he ad-lib any of that?
Oh my! Honestly, I can honestly tell you, he ad-libbed almost all of his stuff. I'm not even kidding you. But he was really good about it, though. Like, he would talk to you before you got started, and he would let you know what he was going to do, like for a good bit of it, and he would let you know what beat to come in on with your lines. After he was like, "Now I go with this, or I say this," then you chime in and stuff like that and stuff. And honestly, yeah, it was pure gold. All those 80 references he went down that line with, yeah, that was all Dave Sheridan. It almost gave almost all of us a heart attack. The first time he did that, we all pulled out our phones behind the scenes when they were grilling all of them, and we're looking at our phones, looking at all the references just to make sure it was at least 86 or prior. And sure enough, my God, he nailed every one of them. Like he did his homework.
Yeah.
Or maybe he just lived it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true too. Very true.
He's like, I'll just throw out shit that I remember seeing as a kid.
Right.
Yeah.
He did a great. He's just a great character to be in there.
Oh
I think what was the movie he was in, Clint, where it was like the spoof on Walking Dead?
Oh, Walking Deceased?
Yeah.
I know that character had to be chimed in from that a little bit. Had to have been.
I would have to.
Yeah. Had to have been. I mean, it was just way too close. Way too close. But yeah, I mean, it's what a great scene that is, just in general. I mean, fucking great. I just don't have barely any words for that scene because it's so fucking funny. It's just so great.
So the mark of a good slasher film is not only to have a good number of deaths and to have those deaths be spectacular, but also to have some creative kills. And I feel like we really had that in this movie. I mean, just to name a couple without saying too much. I mean, we had a decent fire extinguisher kill. Let's say what we had, a curling iron at one point. It's like not too many of those in memory. There might have been one going back in my brain to another slasher film. There might have been a curling iron kill in some other movie, but I'll just call it a sledgehammer dismemberment. I don't think I've ever seen one quite like that before.
No, I can tell you I haven't either. That was new.
Yeah, and that's cringeworthy. I mean, seeing that. So Amber Fulcher, I mean, she did a great job on those effects.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Filming that was so fun and so hysterical at the same time.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I mean, seriously, man, fuck. Somebody getting blasted with. You know what? I'll let you explain the fucking story then.
No, go ahead.
I won't go into too much because, like I said, we don't want to do any spoilers. But the certain person that we were talking about for that scene, like when he was all like tied up, the other person who had to implement that was winding up every time, and we were doing this pretty dark out, and he was wearing the double-faced mask and everything, so it had the blackout eyes and everything, so it was very dark out. And the said person tied up was like, dude, you don't have to wind up. The camera cuts right here. You don't know that. And then, of course, the guy said, no, it's cool. I got this. And he just winds up again.
Oh, my fucking God.
So all the squinches you see him do are actually pretty legitimate.
It's like this dude's really gonna hit me.
Yeah, right. He can't see shit.
but we never got him.
Wow.
Woo,
That's-
lucky for him.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
Whew. And that wasn't a rubber hammer either. I guarantee that.
Mm, mm.
So
Yeah, that
no.
fear was real.
Yeah, I bet. So yeah, I mean, yeah, kills. While not it, and that's the other cool thing about this movie. It's not over the top number of kills. Of course they're there. They're going to have to be there, but they're not plentiful, which is good. Less is sometimes better. The people that died, they died for good reason. So whether you were an asshole or whatever, you got what was coming to you. So I mean that's what was cool about it too, is that again, you cared about the characters. When one of them died, you're like, oh man, that's a shame. So again, and the kills were pretty fucking spectacular.
Yeah. And I really appreciated the fact that there was like an explanation as to why they were allowed to continue. You know what I mean? It's like, well, there's no body.
Mm-hmm.
Who are we gonna call? We don't know anything yet. It's like we just got people disappear, and they could have gone on a hike, not come back. Stuff like that. So that oh yeah, let's call the sheriff.
Can you not say
file a-
hike? Can you not say hike?
Yeah.
I don't want you to fucking be on Facebook one day taking your 5-mile hike, and then I don't see you or hear from you ever again. So don't do hike. Do like fishing or archery or something.
Sure,
don't say
sure.
fucking hike.
Yeah. The guy in the wheelchair just went for a swim and left his wheelchair in the water. No big deal.
Yeah, right. Like
It's
fuck.
it's yeah, we don't know he's dead. So yeah, so they call the sheriff for just to file a report, and he doesn't want to do anything because he's just a lazy, incompetent person.
Mm-hmm.
And so that allows more time for the story to progress, which I think is cool, because in all honesty, in other movies, like higher profile movies, like we'll just say Sleepaway Camp, for example, it's like that camp really should have been shut down after the first death. You know what I mean? It's like all the kids go home,
Yeah,
and
right.
that was one of the things about that movie that never made sense to me. Why it continued to be open, why people continued to die, instead of just like, shut this place down, get these kids the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? So I appreciated that explanation, which gave us a reason to continue the story. That's all.
Yeah, right. That's a moot point. Yeah. No, it's fucking amazing. And again, I love how it's Felissa that's doing it. She's just so
Yeah.
Oh, there's no body. We don't need to do anything. She comes out with her fucking her Hollywood sunglasses on. Like, what the fuck, really? Like in this time, people dying, she just comes out like nonchalant. She's fantastic in it as well. Her character is phenomenal. But yeah, I mean, with just the way you guys did this, I mean, kudos to you guys. I mean, seriously, it was. I can't bitch a lot about a lot of things in this movie because there's just not a lot to bitch about. It's just how it is. I mean, I'm not stroking anybody's ego or anything. It's just a very well done movie.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
So I just want to ask, I mean, since you have personal experience on this set, and you seem to have had a good time doing it, what were some of your takeaways from it? Like favorite things that happened while you were there, or just positive experiences, while you were working with this really cool cast and crew?
Oh, go first.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. This was my very first film that I worked on, and I honestly say it with all of my heart that I love every single person attached to this film. It has been the biggest blessing in my life, and I think the biggest takeaway is that it was just such a good experience, and it was it felt like family more than anything. And I love my Slasher 15 family. I greatly appreciate them, and I appreciate them for believing in me to bring Kimberly to life. So
Yeah, definitely, without a doubt.
God damn it! I shouldn't have let you go first.
Yeah, how do you follow that? How do you follow that up?
I know.
Yeah. So that sounds like this story is going to start with. So I was in the
Yeah.
bathroom.
Yeah.
And
Right. Yeah. That's exactly
somebody
how
was
it's gonna
really
start.
trying to get in.
Uh-huh.
Oh, go ahead.
This one time at band camp.
I knew
Uh-huh.
it. I knew it.
There it is.
Yep, there it is.
Very similar to what Chanda said, though. I mean, it is true. Blaze Summer Camp was my first film, and like I told you all earlier, like I originally walked into this thinking I was going to be one thing. It was going to, hey, I'll come in, do a couple of scenes. I'll be in maybe a cool little camp slasher film. Maybe it'll get seen by a couple of people or something like that, and then I'll just move on. And like, and these people, oh, great people, but yeah, probably won't ever see them again. And yeah, I couldn't have been wrong on all accounts and more if I tried. Like Chanda said, we are a family. Like we hang out together. We when we have birthdays, we all come out to each other's birthdays. We see each other on set. We just run over and give each other the biggest hugs and stuff. And we'll usually reminisce about something about Blaze Summer Camp or something from there / 15 family things that events that have happened that we're all just a part of and that we just love each other for. And yeah, it's been nothing but a positive experience. It opened up such a big door for me to meeting so many wonderful people, from like other directors, other producers, to all these freaking awesome podcasters who bring and stuff to talk to us. I mean, you guys are freaking awesome too. You help get the word out about us. Like, and you guys help give us a voice, too, out there to the people, and we need that. Like you all said, we're not big budget. We're independent. I mean, we have a voice, but it's a very small voice. So the more people who take that voice and make it go further, it just benefits everybody, not just us, but the whole entire community. And it means a lot to us. And honestly, just like with you guys, it means a lot to us that you do this for us, man. And I just can't say thank you all enough to this too, as much as I can say thank you to the Slasher 15 family for my God, just giving me like such a great new venture in my life that I never thought I'd ever have. This coming from a guy who used to like always go over to Blockbuster Video and find the out there like B horror movies. Like there's a Friday 13th. I think like, oh wait, here's this other one. It's called Camp Slaughter. I don't know any of those actors. Oh, that looks like a low budget. I'm going to be renting this one.
That's my 7-day rental.
Yeah, this one I'm taking home tonight. Stuff. And Camp Slaughter is actually one, and watch it if y'all have a chance. It's actually not bad at all.
It's not bad at all. No, it's not. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, the feeling's mutual, guys. I mean,
100%.
You guys remember, you guys gave us a chance. It's not just
we've been
around.
welcomed into the community, which I think is cool. So we get to highlight your project, and we get somebody to come on our show, which is really cool. So and then we get to promote it online. Then we like tag each other and shit. I like it. It's a lot of fun.
Why are you so giddy about it now? You never like this when you actually do it.
Oh,
I was like, oh damn it, Don, you sent me something to do. Where's that fucking energy when I need?
Because I'm sitting on my phone.
Yeah. Where's that at? I hope you like this after tonight. I want that kind of energy. I want that kind of stuff.
It's there. You got
it. Again, we do this, it's half and half. We do this, to have fun and to do something that we enjoy, and then it's to meet other people and make sure people, know these movies exist. I mean, you see on Facebook, people, we got a distribution deal. We but that doesn't mean anything unless you have people that promote it. I mean, you can have, when these movies come out of they're not obviously not going to fucking promote your movie. Hey, this is on a new release. They don't give a fuck about that stuff. We do. That's the thing. We'll put it on our website. We'll put, Indiegogo's on our website, whatever website you can buy the Blu-ray at, we'll put on there. We'll put on our group, and that's what we want to do. We want to make sure for everybody that their projects succeed in some way, shape, or form, whether it's their first Indiegogo or their 12th one. I mean, we just want something to succeed because we need shit to talk about. And there's a lot of shit on Tubi you can watch, and this isn't one of those things. It's not shit. This is gold. Which I guess the time has come. Clint, are you ready? We're gonna do something we normally don't do. We're gonna review with our score while we have people in the movie here with us. How nerve-wracking is that?
And if you like, you may chime in and score your own movie.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah. Our scoring system is twofold. We have a tendency to take a like a logical look at the film, like just kind of serious, like how you would review it if you were kind of taking a clinical look at
If you're
it.
a stick in the fucking mud.
Right. And then of course what we like to call the fun factor, because it's like, to a certain degree that stuff matters. After that, it kind of doesn't matter. It's like, well, did I have fun watching it? You know what I mean? So so from a clinical standpoint, there was a lot of cool things I liked about this. There's a lot of believable things, and things that we mentioned before. The cinematography was good. I like the quality overall. The sound quality was good. We had somebody definitely took some care in this. The editing was good. The pacing felt fine. Character development was good. So it's like, just generally it felt awesome. It was a pretty good movie. So I mean, I'm gonna score it somewhere around like 3.5 out of 5. You know what I mean? It's better than average for me. And then from a fun factor, I mean, I'll give it a 4. I'll give it a 4. I thought it was great. I had a lot of fun with this movie. So what do you think, Don?
Man, I just echo pretty much everything. Special effects, I mean, I definitely want to give a shout out to Amber. Just absolutely incredible. I mean, you would have never thought this was an indie film with those effects. Especially, the way that they were done and the care that went into that. Yeah, I mean, and there was really nothing stupid in the movie. That's the thing. It was all, believable, like Clint said. And,
if it was intentionally stupid.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not like, again, you watch Halloween 2018 and you're like, why the fuck did that happen? You guys are like directors that should know shit that you shouldn't do, because people are going to see that shit. Like I watched it today and I'm sorry I keep bringing it up, but I'm just like, why did that happen? How did that happen? Why are we doing this? How did that happen? And I'm like, I don't have to worry about that here. I know it's going to be cheesy going right into the fucking movie. And it was, but everything was believable. So yeah, on the logical factor, I'm going to give it a 4. On the fun factor, I'm going off the fucking scale with this. That's like 5 out of 5. I mean, this movie is fucking, it's funny. It's gory. And the one thing that really very other indie movies don't have is heart. You can see that, to be as corny as fuck on that one, but like you guys said, you can see that with a lot of these other, indie movies, a couple of them, that we've talked to people with. A lot of people like working together. A lot of people, they form that bond, Slasher 15. We have Jason Pitts, who works with a lot of his people on, projects, and he's very selective of who he gets, and Slasher 15 obviously does that too, and that's not a bad thing at all. I know it kind of sucks for other people because they want to work with you guys and you're like, I already got a project going on. There's people that they want in their films, and you guys have that. All you guys have it. And that's what's really cool about your guys' family, is that it's just it's a community, like you said, and it's good to see that. It's good that you said that, because that's a big deal to us. If we have an interview, I can be like, hey, invite Wayne, Kay, Dave, anybody you can, and everybody will come on. I can do the same thing with a couple other people, and I like that. And it means a lot to us that you guys bring that to the table. So yeah, I think the movie is fucking fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
We appreciate that a lot.
Thank you guys. And something that we do, and please, you don't have to elaborate on any projects you're in if you can't. I know what you guys are in, and I can't divulge anything, but if you guys want to talk about what you got coming up and what you can say, go for it. you know, when people hear it, they'll want to see it, they'll want to contribute. So whatever you can say, the floor is your guys. Mike, what do you got, man?
I'm sure a lot of you may know early, like sometime early next year, we will be hopefully releasing out Go Away.
Ooh.
Yes.
We are really looking forward to it's Slasher 15's first time we're actually doing a completely serious straight horror movie. Like we actually just one time we decided to put aside and we decided to go serious and I don't think but we're definitely but I definitely think we're gonna really, I think everyone's gonna enjoy it. Actually, I really do. We had a great cast and that
You have an amazing cast in that.
oh yeah, we got a slew of awesome celebrities. We got Tom Matthews starring in it, and God, he was so great to work with.
He
Oh
was
God,
sure.
amazing.
he so was. I can't say enough nice things about Tom. Like to any of the other indie directors out there who are really looking for a great and just good, solid celebrity, I'm telling you, Tom is head and shoulders just amazing. Same with Felissa. We brought Felissa back again because we absolutely love Felissa. I mean, the energy, the love she brings onto every set, it's bar none. I mean, it really is. Like I tell everyone, what you see her at the cons, you're gonna see the same on set. She has that energy, that love, that passion that just gets everyone like excited and ready to get going. Like she really does just bring the A game for everybody. And I couldn't ask for a better person than that. Tuesday night actually, did a good job. And then Justin Markson from Haunt, God, he was amazing. And so was Holt from Your Next. He was amazing too. Robert Mukes did a great job. I mean, and then of course we have so many awesome, wonderful new faces: Christine Oswald, Jerome Creedon, and Emily. And Josh. Thank you. And
I got you.
yeah, and Joshua Kirkpatrick. God, they all were just like new faces, and not only did they mesh with our family so well, but oh my God, like they did such a phenomenal job. I mean, they all hit it out of the ballpark. Like what we wanted out of them, they gave us, and they gave us in spades. It was just, it was amazing. And then we got all the wonderful faces from Blaze Summer Camp. Most of them, not all of them, but we got a lot of them back. Like we got Chanda, of course, and we got Zach and Matt and myself. And Brendan and Christian also is back, and we got Sparty back.
Oh God.
Wow. And it's a serious film.
Yes.
I don't believe it.
Even CJ Creech makes a small little cameo.
Oh my.
Yeah. So and also our new face, Bruce Moore, got him to come on board. I've actually worked with him on Shriek Show and on Killer Camp Out Part 2. He's an awesome dude. Ever get a chance, check out his work. Good dude, solid, really nice guy. But outside of that, Sean and I are currently filming a dark comedy called One of One with Mark Byrne. I believe Matt Burns is also involved in that one too, as well as a slew of other.
Yeah. Oh Jesus. Damn it. I just saw her at a con. God damn it. Nancy Ann Ritter.
Yes.
She was gonna be. Yeah.
Oh, what a sweetheart she is.
Oh, she's amazing.
Oh yeah, I mean, we were all hanging out together at Carolina Fear Fest.
Yep.
Together.
That's right.
Yep. I was actually going to go hang out with them, Clint, because they filmed that in Falls Church, right up 66, like an hour from my house.
Well, then you should have been there.
I've tried, but they had to go. Well, Mike had to go. You had to go to Tidewater, didn't you?
Yeah,
And then
literally had to get done there, and I had to get in the car and go out to Tidewater con. And then after that, the very next week, and then we went to Haunted Screams.
Yep. And Shonda, you were tired. You were beat. You're like, I ain't doing shit.
I had to get home to my dogs too.
Yeah. So I was like, yeah, I'm not. It's fine. You know, obviously there'll be other chances that we'll get. So
yes, hopefully I get to meet you soon.
yeah, definitely. where do you actually live? Are you in Virginia?
I am. I'm
Yeah, see.
actually about 45 minutes from Mike.
Yeah, see, I mean, I live Winchester, so I'm
Oh,
I'm like right up 81, 66. I can go anywhere. So, yeah, I mean, Go Away. I have kept an eye. I've actually contributed to that one. That I absolutely cannot wait for that. That just the cast alone, is enough to, you know, get it rolling for me. So that's what put it on the radar.
Thank you so much, brother.
Yeah, brother,
Yeah.
don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Just keep doing what you're doing.
I was
Shonda, what do
interested
you-
before. Now I'm looking.
Yeah,
forward
now you're
to
really
it.
interested. See, that's how it is. When you hear from somebody else, it's when you hear from somebody in the movie. Like
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Shonda, what can you divulge to us
for Go Away or other?
for what you're doing?
What I'm doing, I'm in One of One with Mike. We're
Yep.
actually a couple in that. Let me
Lucky
see.
bastard. Lucky fucker.
Let me see. We have Killer Camp Out Part 2. I was also part of that. Melancholy. Which is,
Yes.
yeah,
Together too. I forgot about that.
yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. You are part of that.
Well, now you have to elaborate a little bit on that, like Mike did with Go Away, just a smidge.
Basically, it is a sexploitation roughy film. And basically, it involves a serial murderer and detectives trying to track him down. That's basically all I can really give away.
That sounds awesome. Who's
Yeah.
Can you have any cast that you can let us know who's in it? Besides
Oh
you?
my goodness. Let me see. Oh goodness, there's quite a cast. Letitia Morris, I know she's involved in Anarchy as their intimacy coordinator. She is in that. Autumn Sullivan, Catherine Andrea is one of the detectives. Andrew Lynch is one of the detectives in that. I'm trying to think. I met so many new people. I'm trying to remember everybody's name.
I got you.
I know Angel Bradford is attached to it.
That's the
Mike
one
is
I was waiting
attached
for.
to it. Morgan Thompson is attached
That's
to
the other
it. So he has quite the cast for that.
Yeah, Catherine Andrea is going to be on the show at some point. Clint, I got to reschedule with her.
Oh,
She wants to come on.
yeah.
Yeah, she wants to talk about that because that movie sounds pretty amazing.
Yeah, she's really cool too.
Yeah, she is cool. Yeah, Melancholy sounds amazing. Definitely.
It'll be a fun one.
Yeah, I mean, Angel and Morgan being in it, that's a hell of a cast right there.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
didn't mean to interrupt you, my dear. You can keep on
Oh
going.
no, you're fine. No worries. Shoot, interrupt me if you need to.
Hell no.
All
Negative.
right. So I'm also working on a project called The Brides. It is a monster musical. I absolutely adore that project. It is Rachel Wilson's first film. I'm not gonna say it's super, super quiet right now. We're just kind of working through everything since it's our first time over. But it's going to be amazing. It's so fun.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
Damn it, man, that's monster musical. That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
Seem
Yeah,
to think
there's
we might have
definitely
talked
nothing
about
like
this
it
once.
out.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Like maybe you were a saxophone player.
Yes, I am a saxophone playing werewolf.
I
It's
guess
just-
I missed that. Wonder why I missed that.
Yeah, you were very angry about your internet at that moment.
You're probably yelling at the Verizon man.
Yeah. Some guy on tech support was like, very sorry, he answered the phone.
Oh, some guy on tech support got fucking fired. I will assure you of that. Somebody lost their job that night. I guarantee that.
Very bad day.
Yeah, that dude, I remember I started the
quit.
conversation out.
Someone got
with-
fired or quit.
I'm so sorry
Yeah.
that you have to listen to this for the next 20 minutes, but sit down. And that's how I started the conversation with that woman. And I said, hold on, because you're going for a ride.
Buckle up, Buttercup.
Because man, I know her ass was chapped by the time she got out of that chair.
Oh
Yep.
my.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
bad.
Oh,
She
geez.
said, fuck this, and went
Fuck
out
this.
to her 86 Buick and drove home.
Yep. And got a grape
With
and
no
orange
AC
soda.
with the windows up.
Yeah.
Got a grape and orange soda too. She was ready to roll. She was ready to rock. Yeah, guys. I can't thank you guys enough for being on here. It means the world to us, especially, as busy as you guys are. We really appreciate
Yeah.
you being on here and
Thank you for
talking
taking the
about
time to come talk to us about it.
it. Yeah, especially on a Sunday
great.
night. I mean, it's I know it's sometimes family time and stuff like that. So we can't thank you guys enough. And again, guys, check out Slasher 15. I don't Mike, if you can, I don't know if you can. What all is under the label that's available that people can watch?
Right now, Slasher 15 Productions, we have 3 full feature length films currently out and 1 short film. Our short film is called Bedrock. Our first 2 films is Curse of the Slasher Nurse, and then the sequel, Return of the Slasher Nurse. Curse, you can watch on that freebie or freebie.
Mm-hmm.
Also on YouTube, but I would discourage people from going to see it on YouTube. It's really chopped up and cut up really bad.
Yeah.
So go over to Freeview. It's like Tubi. It's free. Return. We actually recently signed with Troma. So if you have Troma, you can go over and watch Return of the Slasher Nurse over there. And
Wow.
Damn, that's awesome.
On Trauma now. All right.
Christian's in there. Sparkus is in there. Wayne is also in it. You'll also find Amber acting in it as well, and she actually did a really good job. She was actually one of my favorites from in that one, to be honest with you.
Wow.
Honestly, it was a really good one. And then, of course, our third one, Bloody Summer Camp, and then sometime early next year, our 4th full feature length film, Go Away, will be out, and then we'll be hopefully having some more announcements on our 5th full feature length film.
Nice. Amazing. Check them out, guys. I mean, again, if this is how we feel about Bloody Summer Camp, imagine how these other movies are. I've seen all that he mentioned, so I can tell you that they're fantastic. Yeah, check these guys out without a doubt. Keep an eye on what we post on the group. And again, you guys don't be shy. Anything you guys got that you want to share, please put it on the group. I can't tell you how many people have actually watched Bloody Summer Camp because we posted it on the group. Matt Skinner, I know, was one of the first to jump right on it. One of our, he's great.
I'm sure he saw it before that.
Oh yeah, well, I'm sure.
he's just like, oh, watch it now.
Oh yeah, watch it now.
Again.
One of our really close friends, Mike, who does Scream Until You Like It. He's on that group. He just watched it and just messaged me and said he absolutely fucking loved it. So
thank you, Mike.
Yeah. So I mean,
you.
it's not just us that loves the movie. That's the thing. So you could come on the podcast, we could blow smoke up your ass and be like, man, those guys are just full of shit, but we can attest that people like the movie, people love the movie. So again, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. It's always a pleasure talking with you, Mike. Chanda, thank God this time I could actually fucking talk to you.
I'm grateful for that.
I'm over the moon about that.
Yeah.
God damn. But yeah, Clint, wrap us up. Do what you do best.
Okay. Well, okay.
I didn't do anything.
Yeah. So again, thank you so much for coming on here. We can't. It wouldn't have been the same. It wouldn't have been the same. No. Just the two of us sitting here talking about this. I love getting your personal take on your experience and hearing what you got coming up. I'm really excited about all that, and I look forward to talking to you again sometime. So yeah. On behalf of Don, I'll say, don't let the bad ones ruin a good time. On behalf of myself, I'll say, I hope you find movies that haunt you, and you have a great night. Love you guys.